Rob and Slim Show.
Rob and Slim, Carlos Kremer, how are you?
Good. How you doing,
What's
Carlos?
going on, man?
Hey, my brothers, how are you doing today?
Great. How you
Pretty
doing,
good.
dude?
I'm doing great. A lot going on, but all of it's good stuff. You both?
Well, what we're up to? It's kind of good. We do this
Yeah,
show.
good, yeah, pretty much. We do this show. That's
We
what
got an intern. We get to boss around.
There we go. That's always a good thing.
You have a radio show too, right?
I do, yeah. Carlos Kremer's Kick-Ass Radio. We have multiple guests, mostly from mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, guys like Dean Lister, the woman female fighter Chris Cyborg, who's hopefully going to be going against Ronda Rousey here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yes, man, that would be great. It would be great for someone who could actually challenge Ronda that we could watch.
Yeah, I heard a lot of the fights are over in like seconds.
Yeah, they are. It's 59.95 or whatever, and you blink or go to get
Take
some
a
popcorn
piss.
and it's done.
Is she like undefeated?
She
Is undefeated.
Is she
yeah.
that much better? Like, is she that like much of an animal where these other broads don't stand a chance?
Well, you know what? It's ridiculous. She, her mother was the first American judo world champion.
Wow.
So Ronda says she was getting armbarred in literally the
In the
crib
womb.
by her mom. So
Wow.
she is light years ahead of the women competing on the ground. They're starting to close that gap a little bit, but her hands are amazing too. All of her fights have been ended by an armbar. Despite, I think there's two that haven't, and those two were knockouts.
Wow.
I'm actually
So
curious.
she is the real deal. Yeah, her fights average about a minute.
Actually,
So it's unbelievable. Kind of, I put her on the same. She's going to be as big, depending how she plays it with the media, but she could be as big as Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
When you were
Yeah.
mentioning that, I kind of thought of Muhammad Ali.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I asked my buddy the other day, our friend Hollywood Christian Vogel, and he just thinks he knows things he doesn't really. So I don't know.
He knows everything.
I don't know why I asked him. I don't even know what his answer was to it. But I was
He's like, I'm glad you asked.
Let me elaborate. So what did he say?
I was actually just wondering, if she's so good, why can't she fight men?
She could fight men.
Okay, so he told me she
and
can't.
She would beat a majority of men. I've
Right.
seen her train, with men, and she taps them out, easily as well.
Wow.
It just when you get to the bigger size guy, say,
Yeah.
220, 200 and above, they're going to be able to use that size against her. It really, why, I would like to see a super fight, say, with a Floyd Mayweather, and let everything go. Personally, I think she'd kill Floyd Mayweather.
I've heard they've been fighting too, like they've been in a Twitter war or something.
They have. It's been pretty cool. Ronda said, and when you learn how to read, you can, actually read what I've been saying about you.
Isn't he the one that I think 50 Cent said
gone at each
when you
other
could
pretty
read
hard.
Cat in the Hat? I'll donate money or something. I forgot. It was the ice water challenge or something. Carlos,
Exactly.
you announced for MMA, correct?
What's that?
You announce for MMA fights, correct?
I do. I'm announcing for 6 different fight leagues here in San Diego, Southern California area. We've got Epic Fighting this Friday night at the 4 Point Sheridan here in San Diego. It's putting some of, we're in the mecca of mixed martial arts out here. So we're pretty fortunate to be here and watching all these guys, climb to the top.
You've met a lot of them?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
I'm sorry, you've met a lot of the fighters?
Yes, yeah, all the time. And, super humble, great guys. The better the fighter, it really seems like the more humble the person.
Wow.
Which is really nice. And I wanted to close out one thing, Robin Slim, what you said about if she's so good on Rousey, why she doesn't fight men. I just really think that's a no-win for the guy who fights her. If he wins, he's supposed to win. If he loses, he's lost to a girl.
I think, and then there'd be women's rights people all pissed off, I think. I don't know. I think you should date her and get
if it
the
got
shit
bloody,
kicked out of you.
America
Either
would
way.
be in horror watching this.
Yeah, with how politically correct shit's gotten, I think, there'd be problems if she got beat or whatever.
But, I do. The big names, Chris Lieben, the Cripplers down here, Dean Lister, the Boogeyman. We've got a ton of UFC fighters in Bellator. Phil Davis, who's a big name, is down here. I train jiu-jitsu with Eduardo Telles, who's the Turtle. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu legend, as well as a mixed martial arts fighter. And they're just, Jeff Glover's down here. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's kind of a revolutionary type guy in jiu-jitsu as well. So it's the stars are all out here.
Wow. I thought more like Vegas was where it happened a lot.
Yeah, well, they've got great camps out there too.
Yeah.
Great teams and a lot of guys. It's just, the Brazilians have come over because of the weather and the beaches out here. So
Nice.
This has kind of been a second home spot for them.
Okay,
So
I saw
that's
you
why
had
it's
Brazilian
going up so much
jiu-jitsu
as well.
I saw you had Brazilian jiu-jitsu training as well.
Correct. Yes.
Did you have that before, or did you get into that after you started the announcing?
No, I was the Great White Hope as a heavyweight boxer here in San Diego years and years ago.
Cool.
I had never wrestled or learned the ground. Had played around with friends, but when I had the chance to train with certain guys out here, I just started to do it, and I've been training ever since. So
That's cool.
I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. There's only 2 more to go, brown and then black, but it takes a long time to get your black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. And I saw too. You were in the Marines.
In the Marines, a captain in the Marine Corps. Just did a very, very. I'm a writer as well for the military press and reporter for them. So try to always do whatever I can for our troops. Volunteer and do red carpet hosting for our Wounded Warriors events, and then as well was at Marine Corps Recruit Depot with Dean Lister the other day, doing a mixed martial arts training and seminar. So
cool.
Any way to give back to these guys. I had Shane Crutchin on my show. He's a World Series of Fighting fighter and a Marine Purple Heart. Shane is doing something amazing. The Marine Corps Ball's coming up, and he's giving away an all-expenses-paid trip to a Gold Star family member, and that's the wife or a mother of a fallen Marine. With all the publicity of celebrities going to these events and all, it was really special that Shane's doing that. And, those are the people we don't hear about, or the moms and the wives who years later, they're still hurting and the family's still in turmoil.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Wow, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I also do comedy, and I'll be at coming out to the LA Comedy Store next month. I'll have a show down here in San Diego as well. And, anybody who wants to follow me, carloskremer.com is my website. I think you guys found that. And,
Yes.
Again, it's an honor to be on your guys' show. I appreciate talking to you.
It's great to have you on, dude. That's so
Yeah.
cool. How do you find time for all this stuff? You just seem so motivated. I could barely, do this.
I am the same way.
It just started. It started branching and branching. I do insurance. I've done insurance for 20 years. That's my day job that I'll always keep running.
Wow.
Kremer Insurance Agency. So we do that. But I've always had a passion for these other things, and it's just kind of grown and grown. And
amazing.
when you do something you love, like you guys are doing,
Yeah.
it doesn't really feel like work.
Exactly. I was going to ask, too, did the military instill that in you, or did you have that before?
I was definitely a go-getter, before the military. I think I think doing some of the things, that I did in the Marine Corps gives you the confidence coming out at a young age. So
Yeah.
I think it helped. But I was always going for it regardless.
Nice.
And, I finished up at Marine Corps Recruit Depot. I was a series commander for new Marines coming in, and in charge of like a officer and a candidate, officer and a gentleman type setting. I was in charge of all the drill sergeants and all the recruits there.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was
awesome.
in my series. It was a great experience.
I saw, too, you were on American Choppers.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There we go with all over the map.
Yeah.
American Choppers. I was a life coach that was motivating Mikey to lose weight.
That's
after
what that
he
was
got
from?
up to 350 pounds.
Oh, I saw that clip on YouTube, and I was like, that's really inspirational. Like,
I don't know if
it was great. He was a super nice, humble guy. He's just fighting like so many of us to kind of regain that desire to get a hold of our bodies again and realize that, diet is 70% of what it takes to really have a good, healthy physique and a strong body.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was great. I also got the opportunity to be a pet detective on Gene Simmons' family jewels. That was pretty fun.
What were you going to ask, Slim?
Love reality TV, huh? I came in there and their dog was missing and Snippy. So I went in a helicopter over Beverly Hills with Gene looking for his dog, and I thought I found it, but it was a woman laying out nude by the pool.
What were you going to ask?
It wasn't anything relevant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They looked similar, but yes, that's all I can say.
Oh, my God. What What do you stand up? Are you a headliner or is it like open mic?
Headline feature, Madhouse Comedy Club, Pachanga Casino, all of the again, Comedy Store, the Improv, all of those spots. I just don't have the time as I did before for comedy.
Right.
Okay.
So that's kind of taken a back seat, but I do a show. Try to stay sharp by doing a show or two, every month.
That's cool. Are they coming after you to do it, or do you have to like get your name out there?
Yeah. I've been very fortunate. They come after me. I say no to 80% of the gigs.
Wow.
Just because I don't have the time to be everywhere. But I do. Things like Freedom to Rock. I'm the MC for them. That's another military group, and I'm always doing different things, as you see with outside. I'm supposed to be working on a show with Snooki from Jersey Shore soon. So that's going to be kind of cool if that ever hits. I think she has like 20 million Twitter followers or something ridiculous.
Yeah, just fucking famous for being a drunk party slob.
Getting punched in the face. That's it.
It's kind of like Pete's girlfriend. His girlfriend Jody.
Right. It's kind of like a Kardashian claim to fame, right? But she really didn't do anything except drink her way into the spotlight, and God bless her for it, right? Whatever it takes.
I'm trying to get there. I just I'm not that attractive, I guess.
You don't look as good in a dress, and maybe don't get as sloppy. So that's not a good rating.
Slim gets sloppy.
I do.
Oh, do you? And where are you guys located out of? Where do you do your show out of?
We're Jersey, down the shore. It's a town called Tuckerton, but we're kind of by Long Beach Island, and that's probably the closest tourist.
Atlantic City to.
Yes, that's right. About 40 minutes from AC.
Awesome. Well, hey, hi to all your peeps out there. Appreciate it. Always loving the support, as we go on. If you guys are ever out here, I'd love to get you cage side to any of the fights that I'm announcing. That would be great as well.
I remember my one buddy who was in the military said, I think he was stationed in Korea, and they kind of have MMA restaurants, kind of like an Applebee's, but they have MMA fights in the place, and you could sit and eat your dinner and watch a fight while you're eating dinner.
That's beautiful. It's great entertainment.
He said actually people pay more for the tables next to the fight and all.
Right. If you want a little blood in your soup,
that's
then
it.
You gotta pay for it.
Extra blood on the steak.
Pete's father is a private investigator, and weren't there incidents where you actually had to shut down people that were doing MMA sports betting or something like that?
No, we had to
illegal fighting.
No, it was people that were they were pirating the fights.
Oh, DVDs? Or?
There's just certain bars they would have a pirate signal and get the fights for free.
Oh shit!
So we would
they would live stream the fight.
Yeah,
and they would charge. To show the fights and they weren't even putting the fights on.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
We should start doing that. We should start doing it on the show.
So
there's a whole business out there. Why weren't we thinking of that?
Well, what's that one place? Buffalo Wild Wings. I think they do MMA fights. They'll have them on. I know my buddies where I used to work used to say they used to go and watch the fights there.
Yeah, and your neighborhood Hooters, I'm sure, is showing them as well.
So
yeah, it's been a great ride. You know, a lot of stuff, a lot of different things going on. So it's been an exciting journey for me. I also compete in jiu-jitsu, but getting older, so not sure how long, you know, I can do that as well. I've had 17 surgeries.
Wow, that's what I was going to ask. Have you seen any real crazy injuries as an announcer, or had any when you were fighting?
Yeah, there's always probably the sickest injury that I've ever been a part of. I was covering a UFC event when Anderson Silva was fighting Chris Weidman, and it was the time that Silva kicked him, and his foot looked like it completely dropped from the leg.
That was the one. I've seen that clip.
Yes, yeah, I was there, literally like
Holy
30 feet from it, because they seat the media ahead of even the celebrities at those, which is cool. And it was gruesome.
Oh yeah, I think Joe Rogan posted that on his Facebook page, and I saw that on there.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was actually going to ask if you were friends with Joe Rogan, because you have like a very similar lifestyle to him.
You know what? I'm not, but I've had so many people tell me, hey, you know, you and Joe are paralleled on so many ways. You should definitely meet.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you haven't been on a show or something, or vice versa.
I'd love to. He's definitely been on my radar. I really respect him. Not only as a commentator, but as a martial artist, he is a bad man. I don't know if you've seen it.
I remember he challenged Wesley Snipes, because Wesley Snipes was talking shit years ago, and he challenged Wesley to get in the octagon, and Wesley wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a good move. Joe was he was a karate champion in New England, you know, for years as a teenager. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Just like you said, parallel, though. He does the acting, he does the stand-up, he does the podcast. Like, he does a lot of shit.
Yeah, his podcast is kicking ass.
Yeah.
He's a very funny comedian.
He is. I've seen a couple clips. He kills.
Yeah, and I will. I'll definitely let you know when we do meet. We have so many, you know, friends that are mutual that it'll be. We just haven't been at the same place where neither one of us is not working at one time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know if you announced with him, because I think he does that too. Like, he does
MMA announcing.
He does. Yeah, and he's been great. But you know, I think that podcast is doing so well for him now too. That's really proud of him with that.
Yeah, and have you met Dana White as well? Because he's another cool dude.
He is. Dana's, you know, somebody who, with the Fertitta brothers, back in the day when, you know, Senator McCain was calling MMA human cockfighting, they were banning it state to state.
I thought so.
Yeah, and they took a chance. You know, I believe they bought the UFC, the Fertitta brothers, for $1 million back in the day, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, you know, they took a chance, and now it's a, you know, billion-dollar company. It's unbelievable.
Holy shit. Because, yeah, that's what I heard. For a while, I think Vegas was the only place you could have the fights, because every other state outlawed it.
Right. And it's been a long road in that, and to get it to mainstream has been incredible. And even Dana a few years ago said, you know, I will never, ever allow a woman to fight in the UFC. Then came along Ronda Rousey, and now she's the golden child. And her and Conor McGregor are the huge draws for UFC right now.
Well, I remember that one dude. Who was the guy? Kimbo Slice. He did like backyard fighting or kicking or something, and then he didn't go in and just get beat. And, like
he did, but you know, those videos of his street fighting were great.
Yeah, they were. I remember I saw him like, this dude is fucking sick, and then he got his ass kicked.
Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
It's
amazing. You know, the guys with some training, and then Kimbo went into mixed martial arts, so he's been slowly learning the ground and. He's fighting for Bellator now, so, you know, he's still in the game.
I used to like Kurt Angle, and he actually got really messed up on, like, drugs and, like...
Fedor is, like, one of my favorites.
Yeah, but I used to like Kurt Angle, especially when he did that shit.
Yeah, you know, I heard a rumor that he may be trying mixed martial arts out, so that would be interesting to see. He's a beast and a former legit wrestling champion.
Yeah, and it was sad
Yeah.
to see the way he went. Like he said, he got hooked on the painkillers and all that shit. And last time I heard him talk, you could just tell he was fucked up from it. Like it was sad. It was really sad.
He kind of sounded like Paula Abdul when she was on American Idol. He was all
That
jacked
happened?
up
I didn't even hear that.
Pain
Like,
meds, too.
What's that?
Slurring.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. She's like Carlos just said, dude. She couldn't get a word out.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You got Hollywood.
Right. You know what? It's worked out for some of those guys. You look at Brock Lesnar coming over from WWE.
Yeah.
He became the UFC champion, you know, for a little while.
Yes.
So it could happen with Angle because, you know, like Brock had that amazing wrestling background.
Yeah.
That really is the frame or foundation of what it takes to build off of.
And you've met the Gracies. Didn't you mention that?
Yes. Yes.
They're amazing. They're like
The Gracies?
yeah, they're the jiu-jitsu family. It's like a whole family from
holy
Brazil,
shit.
right? And they've just always done that. Like they've always just trained.
Yeah, they were responsible for taking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to where it was and where it's going now, you know, and it's just taken off so much. Hoist Gracie, they interviewed him after the first UFC, and that was in '93, and he won at 170 pounds, beating guys up to 400 pounds.
Wow.
And they asked him, how does it feel to be the baddest man in the world? And he said, baddest man in the world? I'm not even the toughest guy in my family.
Yeah, that's it. I remember too. I remember when it first came out, the UFC. I remember my buddy Dave was into it, and I remember back then you would have a boxer with like boxing gloves versus a fucking like kickboxer or something. The boxer would always get his ass kicked. It was real bloody back then too. I don't know how. I haven't watched it since then, but I remember it was real bloody back then.
Real bloody. They've made rules now, you know, no knees to the groin, no eye gouging, you know, things like that. You can't hit someone when they're down, kick them when they're down.
Back then it was anything goes. They had no rules, I don't think. It's like, just don't kill the guy.
You know what? That was something, the Gracies, all of the brothers and the cousins and all that, they deliberately sent in Hoist because he was the most frail of the brothers. And they're like, we're going to prove a point to the world, and we're going to send him in, and he's going to win.
Our weakest will kick ass. Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. But, yes, I've interviewed Hoist. I've taken private jiu-jitsu lessons with Hoyler, one of the brothers who's a multiple-time world champion.
Nice.
Been very, very fortunate and interviewed Rickson Gracie, which he was, I think, 400-0 was his record. No one could take him.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
Pretty amazing time with the Gracie family.
Wow. Carlos, we actually have to start wrapping up, and I wanted to ask, where can everybody find you?
You know, CarlosKremer.com would be great, Kremer. You can also find me on Facebook, Carlos Kremer, and I'm on Twitter, Delos Kremer. And, you guys said you wanted a little intro, so I'm going to give you guys an intro before we leave, all right?
Awesome.
Thank you. Yes.
In this corner, the devastating duo of mayhem, carnage, and absolute destruction, Rob and Slim.
Amazing.
That was
Thank you.
awesome, dude. Thank you so much, Carlos.
Hold on.
My
Can
brothers-
you wait? What? Real quick, can you do one for our intro? He's the Slamborghini.
Our intern.
Our intern.
Yeah, we call him the Slamborghini.
He breaks walls and shit when he gets drunk. So if
And
you could
angry.
just kind of incorporate that into an intro for him, that would be awesome too.
Okay. In this corner, he's known as the Slamborghini. That's right, he breaks walls at 198 pounds. Give it up for our intern on the Rob and Slim Show.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, brother. That was fucking amazing. You're awesome.
Hey, my brothers, hey, let's stay in touch, please. And whenever there's a big fight coming up or you want to rap MMA or anything at all, just let me know. I'd be an honor to be on again.
Thank you
All right,
so much,
awesome.
dude.
All right. You take care, Robin Slim.
You too,
Take
brother.
care, man.
Have a good one, man.
Awesome.
was
I
really
actually
cool.
totally forgot about that. And earlier, I was like, oh, that's right.
The intro thing.
That was
I just
so
figured the
cool.
Lamborghini thing would be funny too, and he did
Yeah.
that really well too. Breaking walls
That was
at all.
awesome. Fuck yeah.
All right, guys, we're going on break. We'll be back. Do you want me to just play something?